There is something really charming about movies that let women be completely deranged and crazy. They don't always have to be sweet. And sometimes you just want to watch women do horrible things and have fun doing it. So today I'm sharing 8 dark comedies that I think every woman should watch. Also today I'm only sharing 8 movies with you guys, but I do have a full Letterboxd list and it is in the description at the top. So if you want to see the whole list of my dark comedies that every girl should watch, you could check out the list in the description. So the first movie I have is Heathers from 1989. So Heathers is about a girl named Veronica. She doesn't quite fit into the popular group even though she is part of it. And she meets a mysterious guy named JD. She's very intrigued by his mysteriousness. And what starts with him helping Veronica get revenge on the people she hates actually turns into murder, and Veronica is kind of swept into this crazy adventure where she's realized how deranged JD actually is. The movie itself doesn't take itself too seriously. It's quite campy, it's quite deranged, it is unhinged, but that's the beauty of it. It's one of my favorite movies. It's in my Letterboxd top 4, and I just think this is a perfect example of a dark comedy movie that is funny, but it's also dark and unsettling. The costume design in this movie is amazing. They've put a lot of effort into each character, and I think that says a lot about the movie itself. Even though it's silly and weird, it still has important messages in there. I think this one should definitely be on your watch list. So the next movie I have is Jawbreaker 1999. It's about 3 popular girls that pull a prank on their friend by putting a jawbreaker in her mouth and kidnapping her, but it goes completely wrong and they try to cover up the murder. But an unpopular classmate of them finds out what happened, and to keep her quiet, they transform her and they put her in their clique to keep her quiet. And it's another unhinged movie. That's the beauty of a dark comedy. It's weird, it's dark, but it's still funny. You're not sure when you're supposed to laugh and when you're not sometimes. And I think this is another one that's like really fun, and the girls are deranged, but they're also girly and they like fashion and they do their hair and their makeup, but they're still crazy. And I think that's an element that I really like. This one is not per se a hidden gem or anything. It's just one of those movies that doesn't get talked about enough, and I think it should be. It's a great one. It should be a regular sleepover movie, but it's not. So that's why I'm sharing it today, and I think you should add it to your watch list. So our next movie is Drop Dead Gorgeous 1999. It's about a small town in Minnesota that holds an annual beauty pageant, but there's someone that's very determined to make their favorite girl win. It's a teen pageant movie. It's filmed in a mockumentary style, so it's filmed like it's a documentary, but it's not actually a documentary, and it's funny, and it's very satire and over the top comedy in there, and some gruesome moments in there, some sad moments in there, but it's such a fun commentary on the pageant world, how people can get crazy and want to be the prettiest girl there, and how competitive even some moms or family members or people around the pageant get just to make their girl win. And I think this is one everyone should have seen. This is a good one, and I don't see enough people talking about it. I don't know why. I think it should be. This one is also just a fun watch. It's fun to see. You can laugh, you can enjoy, you can point out the silliness, and maybe if you've ever known someone in the pageant world, or you yourself have been a pageant girl, you could just laugh at the silliness and the accurateness that it sometimes portrays. So this one is one that you should add as well. Our next movie is Death Becomes Her 1992. It's about 2 best friends that always compete with each other. They are competing about who's the most loved, who's the most desired, who's the prettiest, who looks the best, and it's an ongoing feud between the 2 best friends. But then they find out that there's a magical potion that can make you youthful forever, and it turns crazy because they keep trying to kill each other and one-up each other, and it's a very cat and mouse situation they've got going. And also this movie teaches you that just because you're immortal doesn't mean your body is perfect forever, and it's such a fun push and pull movie. So as the girls keep continuing to destroy each other, the movie just keeps getting more and more fun. And this is one that's I'm like, oh my god, if you have not seen it, watch it right now. You have to. This is an amazing one. I mean, this movie literally has Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep fighting each other, and it's so funny. I think you should definitely watch this one. Our next movie is Sugar and Spice from 2001. This is about a cheerleader in high school that gets pregnant and she finds out, well, me and my boyfriend, we can't take care of this child. We don't have any money. So she and her cheerleading squad naturally try and rob a bank. So they watch movies, they get ideas, and they are just like, well, we're gonna rob a bank so we can get money. That's the movie. It's a fun movie, it's ridiculous, and it has some very fun moments, comedic moments. It's very girly. It's the cheesy cheerleader squad type girls who are in there. They're all their own stereotype, and they just try and rob a bank. Not very smartly, but they do try and rob a bank. And this is just a silly one that's also, it's just fun. I do think it's cute that in this movie the friends do really try and help her rob a bank. Even though it's very silly, it's still very sweet. So it does have its sweet moments, but it's just in general a silly, girly, dark comedy movie that should also be in your watch list. Our next movie is Lisa Frankenstein from 2024. This is about a girl in 1989 and she is very lonely, a very weird girl. She just spends most of her time at a graveyard. Her mother has passed away and she's in love with this Victorian man that she's never met. She just tends his grave. And then when the Victorian man's body comes back to life in a, Frankenstein's monster kind of way, she starts a romance with him and murder gets involved. Reminds me of Heathers a bit because of the whole weird toxic love thing and murder happening with the unhinged couple. It does remind me of that, so that's why I think I also really enjoyed it. But it's just a fun one. It's a more recent one, but I'm happy that the genre is kind of coming back, because between like the 90s, late 80s, early 2000s, I haven't seen many of these kind of dark comedies come out until now. So I'm really happy that they're coming back, and this is one that is silly as well, but also really fun. Our next movie is Forbidden Fruits. It came out in 2026, and this one is about a girl that goes to a mall to work at the mall, and she finds a weird group of girls that work at a clothing store, but they're secretly a coven, and she gets to join the coven. But the coven is very weird. Every girl is her own kind of girl. They're all very weird. And it has a weird sisterhood bond there. It reminds me of Mean Girls, but it also reminds me of The Craft. It's like a mix of Mean Girls and The Craft, but a bit weirder. It has weird elements in there, but I personally really enjoyed the weirdness of the movie. So I think this is really a movie that's like either it's your cup of tea or it isn't, because it can get very odd. This one is a good one to add to watching October. If you've seen all the witch movies, and you're like, I need another one, this is a great one to add to that list if you haven't seen it. Now the next movie I have is All Cheerleaders Die 2013. This is about a girl that joins the cheerleading squad after one of the cheerleaders dies. She kind of gets mixed up in like a cheerleader footballer feud, and things go horribly wrong, and the cheerleaders die, but then they don't stay dead. They come back and weird stuff starts to happen. This movie does remind me of Jennifer's Body, so I think if you've liked Jennifer's Body, you'd like this as well. It does have the whole 2013 vibe to it, so it is a time capsule by now. So I think if you are nostalgic for the 2010s and you like Jennifer's Body, you would like this movie a lot. So these are my 8 dark comedies that I think every girl should watch. These are movies that have done comedy well. They've done fashion. Most of them have done fashion really well, which I can appreciate so much, because I think characters are meant to be dressed up in a way to show the character, because you don't have to add in lines or runtime to the movie to portray a character. But fashion really helps with that, and I think filmmakers don't do that enough. It's like wasted potential, to not use fashion. But I think because this is very girly, they automatically add in the fashion, which really works so well. And it has the goofiness, it has the girlhood in there, and it's still funny, it's still dark. If you want to have like a horror night with your friends, but they're scared of full horror and you still want to have fun, you could pick some of these. These are dark, but they're also still girly and fun. These are amazing for a sleepover or just for fun. So let me know if you watched any of these movies, if you like these movies, if there's any more movies I can watch to my Letterboxd list. It's in the description. Let me know and I would love to add it. And thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you for watching. Bye!